Dr. Adam Rosen back here again. Thanks for tuning in and listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like what you're hearing, click the thumbs up button. It helps people like you find this information. So I read through all of the comments that people leave. I don't have the time to answer every single one, but a few people had commented or questioned the idea of what's called a CPM, continuous passive motion machine. So this is a machine that just slowly and passively, meaning it moves you. You don't move it with your muscles, the knee. And there's CPMs for elbows and shoulders. But this is something that was commonly used regularly after total knee replacement back in the 80s and 90s. And then it started to lose favor. So this was something that was actually designed by a famous orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Salter, who's famous for the Salter-Harris classification. It's a classification if you ever had a little kid that broke their wrist or broke their growth plate. He's part of that. But he helped design this idea in the 70s is when they started and created this machine. And if you go back when knee replacements were first being performed, there was a big fear of moving the knee, moving the tissue, moving the joint for fear of incision opening up or things like that. So it was not uncommon when knee replacements were first done to put knees in casts or splints and not move them. And then the machine came out and people started using the machine, and that was passive motion. So the P is passive. What we want now is active motion. We want people to use their muscles to move their knees. And back then, it was pretty common to be in the hospital for a week. It was a very long surgery, a very long hospital stay, a very long recovery. Now we're doing these surgeries and people are up the day of surgery, sometimes home the day of surgery, or home the next day. So we've transitioned from something in the 80s to something in the 2020s, and things have changed. You may want the new latest and greatest phone of this year. You don't want an old phone. Unless there's a classic car, you don't want to drive an old car, you want a new car. Even knee replacements, people want a new implant, not an old implant. So why would you want old physical therapy? So the old studies did show, again, back compared to old physical therapy and being immobilized and in bed, that there was an improvement in motion, but that has changed. So all of the new studies don't show that the CPM led to better motion. And what was interesting is that there was another study that even looked, if you've seen these machines, there's a dial and you can actually dial in the extension 0 and the bending 90 or 100. And even if you set the machine from 0 to 90, the actual knee only bent to 60 to 70. So it gave people this false sense of security. And even early in my training, I used these. It was very common that patients had knee replacements. We put them in a knee motion machine and sent them off to the recovery room. And there were a few issues. So on the outside of your knee is a little nerve called the peroneal nerve. And if you roll your leg out and that nerve sits on the bar, it can actually damage the nerve and people get a foot drop. Their foot's floppy. It can also cause wound complications if you bleed a lot and the blood causes the dressings to harden. Shorter people tended to get uncomfortable in their butt, and they would actually get sciatica-like symptoms. But even patients or their caregivers could get injured because these machines are heavy. You have to lift them. They could fall off the bed or fall off the sofa, especially if the leg's attached. That does a lot of harm. So it's something that's really fallen out of favor. So where might you see this? Well, if you're in an area where your doctor might be a little bit older, they've been doing this for 20 or 30 years. It has worked for them. They haven't seen a problem. They've advanced their other techniques, but they've still continued this. That might be their protocol, and that might be okay. You also may see some younger docs, and this is where I get questions from younger doctors in training. They're concerned because they haven't seen these in training. They don't use them in training. They know that the studies don't show that they're of benefit, but they're going into a small town where all of the doctors use the motion machine and all of the therapists tout how the motion machine is necessary. And I tell them, if you have one patient, and that's possible that there's one patient out of 100 that gets stiff, everybody in town is going to point the finger at you and say, it happened because you didn't use the motion machine. So sometimes they get forced into using the machine until they get a little bit more rapport and reputation and their patients are doing well, and then they might move away from it. So we know that the studies don't show it's of benefit. And even the Orthopedic Academy, they come out with guidelines for every joint and muscle complaint that you can think of in your body. In 2020, they released a statement that they did not recommend the CPM. They actually quoted 7 studies that did not show any benefit. And even when it comes to insurance, because this isn't free, is it going to be covered? So I didn't spend a lot of time, but I did a little Google search, health insurance benefits CPM, and there was a memo from Aetna in August that stated that it was not covered. It listed it as investigational or unproven, sort of their catch-all phrase for things that they won't cover because there's not data to support it now, today. So just understand that if you do not have a CPM, and your friend had it 10 years ago, it is okay. You don't need one. You will do well without it. It hasn't been scientifically proven to be of benefit. Now, I do know patients that have had it and they like it. It's another adjunct. They felt that it made their knee feel better or warmed it up or moved it. It most likely won't be covered by your insurer. Some will cover it for 21 days, but it's not necessary. We prefer active range of motion. We want you using your muscles and bending and straightening the knee. And all of the studies in the recent past have all shown that there's been no benefit with the CPM when compared to current modern day physical therapy after a knee replacement. So I hope that answers your questions. I'll look through the comments, and I know there's a few other things that I have on the list of things that I'm going to discuss for you. But once again, thanks for listening. Stay safe. I'm Adam Rosen. If you haven't already checked out, you can check out my book, the Knee Book, especially if you're getting ready for knee replacement. It gives you lots of information. And there's a whole bunch of other topics, health-related, orthopedic-related, related topics in my podcast. You can check that out as well, called Your Knee, Your Health. Until next time, take care.